Hello and welcome, my friends. Welcome to Wednesday. Welcome to your final angel reading in 2025. Wow, that came around fast. Yeah, shockingly enough, not worked on any of my decks. So, eventually I'll have time. This is the Angel Tarot. Like always, it's not my favorite, but it's the least of the pack, I guess. Like it's not as bad as others. That's what I can say. I am always on the lookout. So if you guys have any recommendations, please put it in the description box below so I can check it out. I hate having tarot decks that have like half the card is a message that was channeled years ago that may not make sense or is needed. Then I have, this is Healing with the Angels Oracle and the Angelic Vibrations, or no, the Angelic Inspiration Oracle. All right. Let's see what the angels have to share as we transition into 2026. That is insane and crazy to me that we're already looking at a new year. Feels like we just kind of started 2025. Yet at the same time, I'm okay with saying, you know what, this has been a year. I think I'm good. Yeah, and next. And actually, this is our next card for 2026. Hangman. The Five of Swords. The King of Cups. The Eight of Swords in reversal. The Ten of Swords in reversal. All right. Well, you can see the importance of using your head. Yes, Mercury went direct like 2 weeks ago. However, there's a lot of stress, expectation, and demand. You can see the conflict, and these little words, they don't make sense and aren't what we're looking at. We're not looking at loss. We're not looking at the commitment piece. This has everything to do with the conflict, that external I know better than you energy. It's right there. Make sure over the next month that you are managing yourself. You're not reacting to this challenge. It's not like a challenge accepted, I'm going to take you down, because these are your family and friends. That's going to cause more mayhem, challenge, stuckness, heaviness, more burden that you're carrying. You don't want that. You already have enough challenge, problem, and stuckness. And well, let's be honest, we're all carrying more than enough challenge, pain, and heartache. It's going to be important that we don't add to this. We're not going to have time to take anything away, but we don't want to add or compound to the challenge. The king, he's the way to go. The everyday personification that you need to embrace. The stability and calm no matter what the storm holds or throws at you. The more stable you are, the more you're going to make a high vibrational choice that is not reactive, causing, again, more challenge and problem. However, you'll make one that is more high vibrational and you're kind of taking the high road. You don't need to always duke it out with them. Sometimes just knowing that you're right and letting them figure it out later on, that's a them thing. You have to call those battles. You will be called to battle. It's going to be, how do you respond to that? Because again, you don't want to add more to your plate. Because fighting with Crazy Aunt Ethel is not going to make things better for you. It's probably going to make it worse. So making sure that you're checking that I have to be right or I know more than you. Sometimes we have to bite our tongue. And it is about, whoa, okie dokie. You can have those two cards. Please do not throw them on the floor. That's why we have the hangman, is to let a lot of this roll off your back. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. Deep breath and move yourself forward in a way that's going to be with less confrontation and challenge for you. Because again, the more challenge you have, well, it just makes life harder. So it was the guardian angel who really wanted out, along with friendship. Guardian angel, it's self-explanatory. You have somebody in your corner who knows the ins and outs. They get you. Ask for their help. Ask for their help to have things roll off your back rather than hit it hard in the heart. Ask you to deal with those people that trigger you. Ask them to help you release that connection, cut those cords, and maintain your strength and dignity for self. The friendship, that's a friendship with you, your relationship with self. Making sure that you do call it when you need to. However, that you're not trying to add a WWE component to your holidays. Music and abundance. Sometimes, especially if you're having, large gatherings, taking a few minutes, putting your headphones on and just taking that time for you, taking that breath and break goes a long way in breaking that cycle that you're in, helping you to maintain control and containment of your emotions, and then just being able to let things go. Do you want to bottle up your emotions? No, because that's going to really add to the 8 and the 10. That's stuck and heavy. You want to release them in appropriate ways. So if you feel like you're on the verge of tears, maybe watch a tear-jerking holiday movie. Take a shower. If you need to, if it's a grr energy you're feeling, maybe go for a run. Use your head so that you can cope and maintain with all these emotions, because there's going to be lots of them, so that you, again, stay in control of self and you're navigating those seas a little bit. Music can help with bringing things down. The abundance, well, there are so many opportunities, so much that you can manifest. This is the time to do it. It's not always going to feel like it's the time to do it. However, it is. This is one of the most abundant times because you have people and family and friends. There's always something going on. And sometimes that's a lot for us. That's why those breaks are going to be important. And it goes, again, back to that relationship with self. What do you need right now? Be free. Again, the kindness is towards self. Sometimes it is to have the patience, which can be considered kindness, towards some of our more flamboyant and crazy family members and friends. However, especially if they've been drinking, because yeah, that can that tolerance, that kindness, it gets stretched. Still needed. Ooh, there's the tolerance I was just thinking of. Tolerance. Archangel Chamuel. Now, Archangel Chamuel isn't to improve love with other people. This, again, is that self-love, that kindness, just allowing you to take those breaths. Giving back to self. The tolerance, well, you can't always choose your entire family. There are some wild cards there. Take that deep breath. Tolerate what you can, release what you can't, and take those breaks that you need. It goes back to that kindness. It goes back to that compassion, that even tolerance for situation, because sometimes we have no control over generations past that are a little bit more eccentric and bonkers because their belief system isn't based in what yours is. You need to be free to be you. However, again, being mindful that some of those older generations don't need to be reminded. So pick and choosing your battles is going to be the biggest thing as you go forward throughout December and into January, into 2026. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me in the Angels today. And I hope this does inspire you to have that tolerance, to take those breaths, and to choose those battles very wisely. And if you haven't done so, my friends, please give the session a thumbs up and let me know what you're most excited for over the next month. And like always, my friends, I do have a very supportive, amazing community on Patreon. If you're looking for an added layer of support, you can come check it out. I provided a link below so you can. Again, I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me in the Angels today, and we hope that you do enjoy that transition. We hope that you do enjoy your transition into 2026. Until tomorrow, my friends.